Welcome to Ma Terry's Art Show. To me, everything is art. The way that I framed this picture is art. But I'm going to show you my plein air landscapes, my watercolors, everything that I do as an artist. Even that picture, it's saying something. I'm jumping for joy. Why? Me and Lucy are going somewhere. Again, every time, whether I'm taking a photograph or doing a watercolor or an oil painting, I'm trying to communicate with my viewer. What is it saying? Why are the people walking away from me? And why am I happy? Oh, I'll tell you why I'm happy. This is my photo for Martini Girl. I love lemon drop martinis. But I'm always thinking of how things are framed. What does this photo say to you? To me, it says, here's some really great friends out on an adventure during COVID. I saw these photos, these flowers placed just like this, and I had to snap it. To me, that was art. Now, years ago, I used to teach color theory, so there I am with a big headphone on, and they used to pay me a lot of money for that. Now, who inspires me the most, of course, is Vincent van Gogh, and he signs his paintings Vincent, and I sign mine Terry. Now, this is a drawing that I did, and what I wanted to learn really well is perspective. You can show the walnuts in different angles and also the nutcracker. Here's a paint tube that's looking directly at you. How is perspective done, and why is it so important to me? Well, when you get to a landscape like this, that's why I study perspective so hard. Over on the far right side, you can see a little child sitting there. Look at this crazy picture that I've done. Perspective, and vanishing point. Very important to me. Why? This is a watercolor, and I really wanted the statue of the Virgin Mary to be perfect, and that is perspective. I love doing landscape drawings and paintings, and the perspective is very important, bringing things to the foreground and the background. Again, the mountains are flowing into the background, and in the midground, you see those little bushes, and the foreground is there. Now, this is a photograph that I took in New Jersey, and it is ugly, green. So what did I turn that into? Here's the finished product. It's a very warm, delicate pastel painting. It's a very quiet, serene scene. Again, another photograph. You know, you can photograph things and they just don't have the emotional output that you want. So I painted it, and here's my painting. It is a fun painting. It is a lighthearted painting of just palm trees dancing in the wind. Now, I wanted to know what this old tree was thinking about. And it's very old. But I like studying trees and their relationships with everything. Are these two trees dancing? I don't know. It certainly looks that way. Now we come up to trees on a lake. I just enjoyed the scene very much. It looked very beautiful. Okay, and these two trees, why is the one on the right in fall and the one on the winter in spring? Same thing. The relationship between the big tree and the small tree was very important to me. Now, I used to airbrush, and I could do waves lickety-split, but this is my torrent little ocean scene. So let's get to watercolor. These are pears. I love red pears. Now, one of my friends set up this still life, and I call this painting The Conversation. Why? Because it looks like the orange slices are talking in the bowl. Now I get to this grouping, 2 pairs talking together and 3 pairs talking together. Do you think it's a click? So last year I decided to try pastels. This was the first pastel picture I have ever done. And even though I really enjoy using pastels, they're not really good for traveling. The pigment falls off the painting, so it's not good for traveling. So I went back to watercolor, and I just wanted to study pinks, the relationship of pinks. All right, here we come up to a picture that I just started at a lakefront, and I always start with the cool colors in the background, and when I come to the foreground, that's when I put in the warm colors. This is one of my latest paintings, and I really enjoyed that. All right, I hope you enjoyed my art show, and I gave you a little look at how Ma Terry sees art. And remember, every time I frame a picture, I'm thinking about the story I'm trying to tell. All right, goodbye from your martini girl.